course. So we'll bring that up onto your screen now. So it will be Jam Gaming versus Trident. And we'll just see who manages to come up on front with the exchange of knives. Hello, I'm friendly, etc.
Alrighty, Jam picking up the knife round. So things looking good for your prediction already, Mike.
Yeah, it certainly is. I like it when that sort of thing happens. Yeah, so I guess just quickly as we go in, from a player from each side, Jordan, who you think will have a fairly large impact on this map?
I mean, again, I can't really say much for the side of Trident, but on Jam's side, I think Willie KS probably was one of the players to watch out for last time. So I'm going to go with him again, see how he goes tonight.
Yeah, I thought his lurking was quite good against Team Immunity, and he had a pretty good impact on a number of rounds. So that's a pretty good call there. But I think on CT and on Inferno for this map at least, Ghost has picked up the AWP on a couple of occasions, and I think he's going to be able to have a pretty big impact on that if he chooses to pick it up. So my pick for Jam is Ghost. What about Trident for you? You said you don't really know, but
I mean,
come on.
From what we know of Trident, at least the old Trident, Lonsdale was always one of those guys that you looked at to be like, oh, he's really pulling the team together as in terms of an in-game leader. So it's a little bit more difficult to read that in terms of just watching the game, being like, oh, this guy's fragging big, but maybe he's the guy to watch, I guess.
Yeah, all right. I'm thinking that on that time, the most amount of damage is probably going to go. Hats is ready in terms of. I know that I said he didn't have a great impact last round, but if Trident going to pick up this one, it's going to be off the back of Hats doing some nice entry fragging. So he's the player to watch. Whether or not he'll have a massive impact, I guess we'll see over the rest of the map.
Yeah, interesting start here already for Jam. They've got 3 on the B bomb side, so expecting some pressure over there already. On the A side, playing pretty far back. You can see that we've got Willie in the libraries, which is a very defensive position to be playing on that A bomb site. So interesting setup from Jam, but obviously it looks like it's reasonably well read because you can see at the moment that Trident, I guess, having a little bit more of a stack towards the B bomb site than the A at the moment.
Yeah, but they're sitting pretty patient here. They're not really trying to work anything too much, but ultimately that bomb is heading back towards the B bomb site now. So this is going to be an interesting 3 versus 4 scenario.
Yeah, pop flashes coming out there for Jam, and Steve tries to peek in. Doesn't really work out well for him there as Hats picks him up, and then Wally, or Yellow rather, even picks up Badge. Now it's all down to Ghost on that bomb side. He picks up a quick double kill, dropping the bomb as well to keep his team in the round, but perhaps not enough there as we see Iceman and Hats combining to get one apiece. Willie comes in on the rotate, but he's not going to be able to do enough there as Yellow takes him down. It's 1 round in the favor of Trident as they pick up the pistol.
Yeah, Ghost's trying to do as much as he can for this team there. But I think ultimately Jam were probably just a little bit too keen to get out there. I mean, they saw players at the top of Banana. It went a little bit quiet, but it wasn't a very long time. And I guess they're probably getting a little bit twitchy with the fact that they had 3 on that stack. And that, of course, on Inferno, having only 2 defend A, it's a risky thing. It's quite easy to get overrun in that scenario. So they're probably just a little bit twitchy and a little bit wary because they wanted to rotate someone off of that first sign at A and get across quickly for support. So instead they pushed to B to make sure they had that info. And ultimately they ran into a bit of a stack and that kind of ruined their setup there. So first round going to Trident, and really once that play had been made, they should have closed that one out, and they did very well.
Alrighty. Well, it looks like we've got a pause here. Something to do with the names, which is probably my fault. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. I believe they're meant to be tagged up as their names on the website. So admin's enforcing the rules. It's good to see. It's a small thing.
Apparently, Break is called Qualia now on CG. So I guess that's what we're calling him for tonight, Mike.
Yep, I'll probably stumble over that many times.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, we'll get used to it, I guess.
Yeah,
these things happen.
Maybe I'll end up calling him Casadillo or something like that in the meantime.
Oh well.
I think in this scenario, Jam could probably... They're doing just a pistol-only buy. Now, there's 2 sort of avenues of thinking on CT and on Inferno. Because Inferno is such a closed map as a rule, and there's a lot of opportunities to get right up and close in the face of your opposition. doing a pistol armor buy on Inferno is probably one of the better maps to do it on. And a map like Dust 2, it's a lot more risky because of the range that you typically have involved. But on Inferno, when they get up nice and close, pistol armor buy is a good idea. But if you do that and then lose, it's going to affect the first gun round in terms of the amount of utilities that you have to slow down your opposition. So it's a decision of balancing up, and in this case, Jam Gaming are probably looking more towards getting their gun round nice and solid in terms of utilities.
Yeah, I mean, they've got one grenade there on Badge, so hopefully they can do a bit of damage with that. But as I say that, he's already thrown it, and no damage has gone over to Trident at all. So a little bit disappointing there for Jam, but I guess, I mean, it wasn't that huge an investment, so not too big of a deal for them. You can see Break, he's got the XM there, so that's a little bit interesting on the T side.
No, he loves that one. That's when he loves to use that auto shotty. He's pretty notorious for it. But in the meantime, a little bit of activity heading up towards the top of A. They're pushing through Dig and outside up on the balcony as well, so they're going to make this A hit.
Yeah, Lonsdale is going to get a bit of damage across there to Ghost, but doesn't actually manage to close him out. He's got a bit of control up now in towards the side, and he is going to spot out Ghost here surely. White trying to hold in towards the pit. Does get taken out there by Yellow. Almost gets a kill onto White, but not quite going to get enough damage over there. Or rather, Hats, I should say, not White. It was White that was doing the damage.
Yeah, and I think at this point, Willie Case has decided he's going to save the deal, because that's considerable. Well, it's $700, so it's more of an investment that other people have put into the round. So, and given that it's in fact on 17 with no armor, that's probably going to end badly for it. But nice little crossfire setup. Steve taking down Lonsdale, and
Also pick himself up an SMG, so
yeah,
pretty good result for them.
Yeah, this is the other advantage potentially. A lot of people don't realise that. Okay, so when you do your pistol armor buy in the first round, sorry, the second round being the first EK round there, obviously you're trying to go up against the theory that the weapons that the opposition will have will be weaker in that round. But then if you don't buy anything for that second round and going into this third round there, they're probably not going to expect a force buy on the CT side, so they're not going to upgrade your weapons. So then potentially you can do the pistol armor in this round, still come up against the same weapons, but then anything that you save can potentially be a little bit more useful in the following round. Just a slightly different way to what the norm is at the moment. It's got its flaws, sure, but
I mean, they haven't done it in this round, so I guess let's not worry about it too much. Anyway, first couple of kills in the round do go to Trident, as probably expected. I guess we're just sort of getting these rounds out of the way, waiting to see the real battle start in the next round, which of course will be the rifle round. Yellow's going to pick up a kill there onto Steve. Lonsdale with the CZ, nice headshot there onto Badge actually, and Break is there to close out Ghost in the end. And a pretty good round coming out there for Trident. They don't lose too much damage, and of course didn't lose a player at all, so the economy going to be working very nicely for them, making things a little bit difficult to come back into here for Jam if they don't pick up this round.
yes, of course. You need to get a little bit of momentum, but Steve's actually picked up the ult rather than Ghost, who was doing a little bit of it last week. So
this is interesting, actually. You can see Jam here have opted not to go for any head armor, and in response, I guess you could say Trident haven't actually upgraded any of their weapons. So this actually might be a little error in judgment from Jam.
I'd back this in terms of strategy at least, but in the meantime they've pushed right up Dig nice and quickly, trying to use those SMGs, but White takes care of Hats straight away, so that SMG is out of their hands. Lonsdale just the one left. They've got a lot of territory at the top of mid, no presence in Banana whatsoever, except now Trident showing their hands, showing a lot of room, but at the same time Jam haven't really bought it. They've realised at the moment that it's just a bit of a fake. They've still kept 3 on the A side, 2 towards the B bomb side, at least for a quick rotate. And now Trident are going to try and sell this double fake. So fake it off and then think that the move's going to go back towards B. But Jam Gaming having none of it, they're sitting tight here.
Yeah, Break in a great position to be able to find a frag here, but not going to have the damage just set. And he does go down. Of course, you can see Steve picking up a nice double kill there onto Yellow and Iceman. Does go down to Lonsdale, but there you go. White is there for the trade. And a good, solid first rifle round coming out for Jam, only losing that one player. And the AWP, of course, is retrieved as well. So pretty good economically speaking for them.
Yep. But of course, because there was a limited investment in terms of they kept 2 SMGs, it means the money is on the side of Trident. And Break, although he had 5k, has only bought the 1 smoke, and that's it for the round. So and really should be putting a little bit more in investment into that utility side to help his team out. So just a small thing, but sometimes it shows that a team is off the game when small buys aren't necessarily going their way. But they're setting up for a nice big A execute here, so this will test Jam.
Yeah, this is a massive execute. I don't know how many smokes came across, but I think it was at least 3 or 4, which is quite a lot. Anyway, Willie in a pretty reasonable spot actually here. He's going to spot out Break, going to fire a few shots off there, but doesn't do any damage. Hat's coming around from the arch area, does come and pick up Steve on the site. This is not looking too great for Jam, but Willie, he's in a good spot here. Might be able to drop the bomb planter, not quite going to get the damage across there. Iceman does take him out. Now Ghost has to find Break here, which he does, bringing it back to a 3 versus 3 situation for the retake. Still going to be quite difficult here for the guys from Jam, but there is no utilities to work with here for Trident to slow things down. So that's going to be all down to aim now. It's Yellow versus Jam. White, and it's going to be Jam losing the round. Yellow picking it up. I think that was a 3K at the end. No, a 2K, but still a very good result for them.
Yeah, Jam had utilities. So you mentioned that Trident were out of utilities, but Jam had utilities left, and they didn't use them on the retake. There's plenty of time left. Potentially slow things down a little bit. They got a little sort of sucked into potentially trying to catch one of those Trident players off guard, but instead they had enough time to slow things down and think about this properly, do a pop flash perhaps, and get into the round. And of course, has forced them back onto the eco as well, Jam. So 4-1 now in Trident's favour. Lonsdale picking up a shot straight through the smoke there. Willie KS doing a bold little, you can't see me, therefore I'm not here. Well, no. It's kind of like my 2-year-old daughter's logic. She puts her hands over her eyes and says, "Where's Zoe gone?" And then, yeah, we can see you, Zoe. You know.
Oh, well, many things to learn in the world of a 2-year-old still, Mike.
This is true. I'm not going to hold it against her. She's a lovely little girl.
Well, in terms of lovely things at the moment, the buy for Jam is not so lovely. They've got those pistols, unfortunately for them, and again, you can see that difficulty with the CT economy starting to get underway because they did win one round, but they didn't have enough money to rebuy, so the economy's reset, and it's just not a pretty situation at all for Jam at the moment.
Yep, and they're just going to try and make the most of the round, and it looks like the BP's going to get a lovely pop flash and badge. Doesn't quite catch one unaware. That was Hats didn't get flash, but still managed to get the kill in there. So Yellow is going to smoke off CT now, and they're going to move their way into the bomb site to get that plan down. Ghost and Steve are waiting on the opposite side of that smoke. Iceman on the lurk picks up White, so well played from him. Bomb's going to go down. It's a 4 versus 2.
And the objective here now for Trident is they don't want to lose any more guns. Obviously, the round is pretty heavily stacked in their favor at this point, but if they lose another gun or two, it could be a pretty expensive round in the grand scheme of things, but doesn't look like it should be an issue here. We'll see Break trying to take down Steve here and finally manages to pick him up. 5 on the board for Trident, already starting off pretty well on their T side. Jam, in a bit of a sticky situation at the moment. Haha.
Yeah, well played, Jordan. Let's see whether they... yeah, so Ghost is picking up the ult this time instead. I'd like to see... Trying not putting a lot of pressure on Banana early on so far. So they're throwing the occasional person at the bottom of it just to kind of... and we can see right now just a little bit of pressure here, although they're starting to move up a little bit better. So that's good to see from Trident's perspective. But Jam have been fairly static on that B hold thus far, so... potentially be a good idea to change things up if they drop this this gun round rather and going into the next one. Perhaps they should change it up, try and go a little bit more aggressive in there.
Well, it's going to be the first kill of the round going over to Jam there, but a good response from Lonsdale. Oh god, words not coming out very well tonight. Anyway, White picks himself up one as well. It's a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Jam, but they have lost a fair amount of HP, so still an opportunity to get into this round here for Trident if they pick up a couple of quick kills on those low HP players. Nice kill there from Hats on the fully flashed Willie, and now solo defense on this B bomb site from Badge. Not going to work out too well at all. And we're going to have to wait for those rotators to come across now for Jam, both coming through the banana area. Steve only down to 12 HP and White not full HP either. So this is going to be a difficult retake, but that's going to make things a little bit easier. The smoke does go down though, so this will slow things down here for Jam. Throw themselves another smoke as well to try and get in towards the site. White not spotting anyone out just yet. Now knows where Lonsdale is behind those boxes. It really doesn't have a very easy shot on into him, and Lonsdale, the crossfire situation from Hats is going to save him there. And the round again, once again, going over to Trident.
Yeah, looking a lot more organised and a lot more coordinated than they were last week. So this is a much improved Trident that we're seeing, at least from last week. So, albeit against a weaker opponent than Ferox, but still, it's not so much just the fact that they're up against a weaker opponent, but also the way that they're going about it here. It's looking good for them. And 6 rounds, I mean, if Jam can pull this back and get the rest, per se, or maybe drop this one and then get the rest, 8-7 is still workable on their behalf, but it's going to be quite a swing of momentum.
Yeah, really shaping up to be a pretty big T-half coming out here for Trident. And you can just, I mean, we keep kind of going back to that CT economy, but it's just the story of Counter-Strike at the moment that it's so hard to get going. And if you don't get going, then the map is basically T-sided, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. Lonsdale does find Ghost there as well. So another good start in the round here for Trident.
Yeah, and this is good as well. They're not getting too caught up in, they got that first pick. It was an excellent team play there. So the Molotov coming into Cubby and then Lonsdale holding the line there as the player came out. So, and they're being pretty patient here, Trident. They know they're up against the Nico, so they don't want to get caught out and lose a bunch of guns and get into an unfortunate scenario. But as I say, unfortunate scenario, White and Steve combined to pick up one, and only White goes down in response. Not only that, Hats and Iceman, very low HP, 9 and 22. The rotate off to the B-bomb site is on though, and sitting alone, Steve and Badge, well, not quite alone, I suppose.
Alone together
on the A side, yes. And Trident are going to put the bomb down on B. So this is possible, but at this stage, on this economy, on the CT side, potentially
not anymore.
Steve offers a sacrifice, or at least he should go and try and find the second weapon that was dropped, which I think he's trying to do now.
Yeah, like Steve here should be looking for a weapon. Obviously, Badge has picked up that AWP, so that's kind of basically stopped all thoughts of even trying for a retake. It's much more percentage play based to keep that AWP in their hands.
Yep.
But Steve, yeah, again, if he can find a kill here or if he can pick up another gun, that would be fine. If he goes down with the XM, I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
No, but if you can get a kill with it, it's $900, and that's going to help the economy, and that's what really all Badge is shown here. Iceman gets him off, and Steve picks up a kill as well, so that's really good news for Jam and their economy being able to keep those 2 weapons. So the AK and the AWP saved from the last round, and exchange of weapons going around. And we can see a nice, lovely buy with lots of utilities for Jam Gaming. But if they don't win this round, this map is rapidly going to be running out of control, and we could be seeing as brutal as scoreline as we did last week.
Yes, potentially. But again, another important round coming out here for Jam. They need to pick one up and then string a few together. Otherwise, it's just going to be a very difficult situation heading into their second half. You can see the execute coming across onto the A-bomb site here from Trident. And the unfortunate thing here for Jam is they've got a 3-stack towards the B-bomb site. So only a couple of players on that A-bomb site, though the first frag will go the way of Steve. Willie KS will also find one on to break there. So a great start on the hold here for Jam. Still, the rotators haven't quite come fully across to the site, and this is opening up an opportunity for Trident to get back into things. There's going to be a double kill coming out from Iceman, bringing it back to a 3 versus 3, and now the retake is going to have to be on. And the good thing here for Trident is they have a couple of utilities to slow things down, a Molotov and a flash. That's all been spent now, and Jam just playing their time. The bomb finally goes down, and now we'll have to wait and see this explosion. You can hear those utilities coming out now from Jam on towards the site, trying to segregate a few areas. Iceman, though, will find the first frag of the retake and the second. He's got a 4K already for the round. But it's not quite going to be the 5K. Yellow picking that one up. And, I mean, from that situation there, Jam really should have been able to close that round out. A little bit unfortunate for them not to be able to do so.
3 versus 3 take. You might be being a little bit harsh there on Trident.
No, from the 5 versus 3.
Oh, the 5 versus 3. Yeah, no, that's for true. Sorry. It's taking us 2 steps back, per se. One of the mistakes that I felt like they made in that round, I'm not talking a massive mistake, but I guess it's in terms of a decision they made. They had 3 in Banana, and this A-execute comes in, and we've seen that A-execute prior, so the 2 left on the A site probably could have called it pretty easily. The 3 at the bottom of Banana, we'll just throw 3 on that rotate straight through that smoke, pop flash your way through. They threw one anyway, and then just leg it straight through and try and catch people off guard. I guess it's a decision they made. It didn't work out for them. And looks like we're moving to pause. I'm hoping this is tactical style from Jam Gaming.
Well, what I can tell you is that the only thing that's been said in chat since the pause has happened was regarding a Frodo Frog. So, no word. Jury's out, basically, on whether this is a tac pause or not.
Yeah. Technical for Frodo Frog? I don't know. Anyway, the good news for Jam, at least, is Steve can drop him a couple of pistols, although he hasn't. He should have. Because now, well, you get 3,400 at the end of the round, so yeah, I guess the lowest player will still be able to potentially buy fully, and they have 6k, yeah, so he'll be fine there. Mass in public is always fantastic, but a couple of pistol armors, bunch of utilities, could be enough, and Break smells eco, though. He's got that XM 101 again.
He certainly does, and he's smelt a reasonable smell, I guess, as you say, but we'll see how this works out for Jam. They really need to find a round from somewhere, and hopefully for them this can be it. Really, KS will peek around into apartments and picks up the first frag, but does get traded out there by Break. So a 1-for-1 in this situation, not too bad for Jam, but it allows Break to pick up the AK there. So really, they haven't Trident rather haven't lost a whole lot.
Not at all. And also now looking at Jam, you're on an eco and you're sitting basically until this point in time as far stretched as they potentially could have been there. There was a line of players separated across the entire map on the defensive side, and you got to probably stick all your money in and put all your eggs in one basket and stack a site here. Trident haven't liked what they've seen at the A bomb site and heading towards B to go in there, but still coming up against two, but should be fine. Two people on eco really, so
well at the moment it's really only one. Like Badge here can easily get smoked off.
There it goes, I think.
Nope, not quite yet. They're just slowly making their way into sight, and there you go. They got the 1-for-1. Badge does manage to get a trade, actually a double kill. Not going to be enough there as he goes down. It's back to a 2 versus 2, but how easy is this going to be for Trident, or Jam rather, but as I say, that Break gets picked up. His pants down, almost. Now 1 versus 2 from here on, perhaps. This could be the round for Jam, and what a round it would be. The eco round. A big win for them. They've spotted out Lonsdale, but oh, wow! That was sharp. And again, another round goes to Trident.
That was a very nice 2v1 there from Lonsdale. But really for Trident, should never gotten that scenario, but the captain pulls their way out of it. And Jam Gaming deciding to go all out and double AWP setup. A single one has had a little bit of an impact thus far, so I wouldn't mind seeing a single, but a double starting to potentially get yourself into a little bit of a problem here.
We'll see how it works out there. A 1-for-1 trade going across. White and Iceman down, not playing any part in this round. Break almost able to pick up a player there, but actually almost goes down in response as well. I think he might have got wallbanged by Steve.
No, he was already low before.
Oh, was already that low?
Yeah, from mid or something.
Oh, Ghost.
Yeah. Managing to at least pick up the potential boost that was coming through, but not quite able to hit the shot there. So now that things have been settling down after the initial flare of activity, 2 and 2 on the bomb site department for Jam Gaming. Splitting the manual up. Willie KS trying to find a little bit of information. Gets Break down there as well. That's probably going to give the go signal to Trident here.
Well, the go signal at the moment is telling the bomb to run back towards mid. Hats goes down as well as Yellow. Good little defense on that B bomb site from Ghost, and surely Mike, from this point on, Jam can't lose the round.
Yep, Willie KS getting a glimpse of Lonsdale through the smoke there and then picking up Jam's second round, but they've got to avoid losing this one because that will reset the economy and they'll be in a world of pain for another 2 rounds, and then basically you're into the half and you're at 13-2, so the old CT, CT troubles for Jam Gaming potentially, so...
Alright, a grenade going down in towards mid there. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage to Trident there. Hat's just taken down to 81. He was the worst affected. And you can see now the smoke's coming in towards mid from Trident, looking like an A execute once again on the cards, and it's worked out pretty well for them so far. That's not going to help though, as Willie KS picks up Iceman. White as well, finding Break, and actually looked like a fake. and they head towards the B bomb site. But unfortunately, they've already lost a couple of those players. The Molotov comes down, which is good here for Jam, slowing things down for Trident. You can see Yellow down there in the site on his own. Badge picking up a double kill. Hats finding a double kill in response, but still it's a 3 versus 1. He shouldn't be able to find anything too much more from here. Hasn't even got control of the bomb really. Two players rather from Jam holding it from CT, but he's taken out the lurker.
Still wary of what potentially could be coming from behind him. Has that Molotov. Hasn't chosen to use it yet. Now he will because he knows where one of the players is. Cops some damage from the Molotov himself. Good news for him is he's got 44 seconds on his side.
Yeah, interesting sort of situation for him here. He does manage to take one and the second as well. The clutches have been so strong for Trident tonight. I think that's their third 2 versus 1.
And the ace for Hats. The ace for Hats as well. So, look, if anyone was wondering what Trident saw in Hats, that's what they saw just then. That's why he got picked up plucked from CGA and into the big leagues in terms of Australian at least, right into CGP. He just validated to everyone who was doubting his potential. He's certainly one to watch going forward, a young talent.
Certainly is. Looking good for Trident now, 10-2 up. The economy reset twice already for Jam, so they've managed to pull together a forced buy, but it's a very ugly looking buy. 2 M4s, a FAMAS, and a couple of pistols. No utilities to work with either, apart from that one flash on Steve. So it's going to take a miracle to be able to close out this round in the favour of Jam. And Yellow does find the first frag, gets traded straight away by Ghost, but that gives away the position of Ghost. He's going to go down here straight away to Hats in response, and the B-bomb site completely open once again for Trident.
Yeah, break catching at Steve without his weapon out, just swishing away in the wind with his knife. So this will be another round, and ultimately the economy reset has really hurt them there. They're going to go into the final round, trying to scrap their third together, that is Jam. Willie KS has the AK and 4K in the bank, so it will be handy if he can save that, but Trident aren't going to have any of that. They're going to be on the lurk here, on the prowl, trying to find something. Now we know his position as well. He does pick up the AWP, so let's have a quick look at... Yeah, Trident aren't that big on the money as well, so...
Willie can drop for someone here for Jam.
That'll be nice for
probably
them.
Steve.
Trident got enough. Oh,
no, he can't.
He cannot. And look at that cash. 2300, 1900, 1950 on the left there for Jam. This is going to be a very hard round to contain Trident in. And break in the second last round, getting the auto shotty.
Alrighty, well, we'll see how this last couple of rounds turns out for the first half. Trident already looking pretty good, even if these two go to Jam. 11-4, still a fantastic scoreline on the T side. Lonsdale will start off onto White. Break, gets a massive amount of damage there onto Willie. He's actually going to push and picks that one up, and the double onto Ghost. Fantastic work there from Break, picking himself up. Lots of dollars with that shotty. Not that it really matters, but regardless, picks up the double kill.
He's got another round there, so it certainly will help his economy out. And Steve now, hopefully he can do, for his sake, a little bit of damage on the CG side here with it. And gets Iceman. Doesn't manage to get the second kill on a Yellow there as he takes the side. It's just Badge left. He comes around the corner. Yellow takes him out, picking up the cash bonus as well. So 12-2 Trident, and really a very dominant performance thus far. And Jam Gaming, I mean, I spoke about this CT side being potentially a little bit of a weakness, and it certainly has been on this map. But they made a lot of small mistakes they weren't making last week when they played Team Immunity, and it's really starting to bite them.
Maybe underestimating Trident a little bit?
Potentially. I have to say, well, at the same time, I guess it's a case of Jam Gaming dropping down, as we see Badge wander out mid and get taken out by Iceman, but also Trident looking a little bit more like the old Trident. But we've also got to remember that the old Trident was brutal on the T half, but their CT halves were certainly not their strong point either. So you never know, we could see a fairly similar result in the second half, but with Jam Gaming on the T side.
Certainly possible, but at the moment I think they still have to focus on winning this round, because obviously 3 is going to be better than 2 for them, but
excellent maths.
We'll see how that goes out. Getting the trade out, so Willie is going to get it back to a 4-for-4. which is going to help Jam just a little bit. He'll go for the re-peek in towards Banana here. It works out for him as well, picking up yellow. Good results so far for Jam Gaming to bring it back to a 3 versus 4.
Trident, despite the fact that Willie KS has hit 2 nice shots with the AWP, are going to go back towards the B site. There are plenty of utilities, whereas Jam have just got the single flashbang. 30 seconds on the clock pretty much now, so they are going to have to get a little bit of a wriggle on. They are going to go towards this B bomb site.
And unfortunately for them, that's where Willie is holding with that AWP. Could get a collateral here, not quite going to be able to land it, but does get one at least, so a 3-for-1 trade in terms of that individual performance. Quite good work from him. It is going to be Ghost under a lot of pressure, and he goes down without doing a whole lot. He picks up a bit of damage to Iceman there, but not going to be enough to take him out. And now the retake with the AWP, and the M4 is on for Jam. That player in the smoke, Iceman, no, he's actually in construction. So both the players from Trident in construction. This is interesting.
Yeah, one will go through construction, the other one will come around from CT spawn. They're just waiting, thinking that the rotate will come from CT spawn, but it's not. It's on. The defuse tap has been put down. Break, drawing the attention off, using his Molotov as well.
Yeah, good use of the utilities there. The bomb timer ticking away ever quicker. Break going for the duel here. Gets taken out, but both these players still looking towards the CT spawn area, and that is going to be the round for Trident as well. Nice little clutch coming out from Iceman. Wasn't too difficult, but still. Picks up the 2-for-1.
He had that. They didn't even have a kit, so
yeah.
No kit, no clue is the old adage.
No kit, no money, perhaps.
Yeah, no money is probably more accurate rather than no clue. But yeah, Jam Gaming. Well, if it was ever time they need to pull out a ridiculous T-half, this would be it. Otherwise, they're going to go down in fairly dire circumstances. 13-2 being the first half. So we'll see what Jam want to do here. They want to take it slow. Trident aren't having it. It's fairly aggressive from them. 3 at the top of Banana, and they get the first kill as well of Enhance. But Steve trades off yellow. He pushed up into the window there, as you can see, where Badge was just looking. And Trident are just going to try and force the issue here and work their way down Banana quickly. The backup has gone towards mid as well, so
that could have been a possibly interesting situation there for Jam if they had have gone into T-apps and walked all the way around through apartments and got into the A-bomb site without being spotted, but it wasn't to be. White is going to take down Lonsdale there, so already you can see the player advantage coming out here for Jam. That's what they need in this pistol round. So important for them to be able to pick this one up, and White doing a good job on that A-bomb side as well, making things a little bit easier for them. Now a 2 versus 4, but we've already seen one 2v4 go in the favour of Trident this map, so
crossfires or trade plays here is all that Jam Gaming need to do, but Trident can just do whatever they like. They've got the rounds up their sleeve. Willie KS spotting out the first and the second here, so all the information is up. They should just swarm onto them and take them down right here.
Yeah, the flash comes out from Trident, doesn't do a whole lot to anyone at all, and there you go. Well, 3 kills in the end going across on that bomb site. It's Steve picking up a team kill, but doesn't matter in the end as they pick up the round, and that's what they would have wanted.
Yes, not wanted, needed.
Needed, true.
Just pistols coming out on Trident as well. They've got no pressure to try and win any rounds at this point, so doing a double eco with just a couple of pistols is a great idea for them, because they can then go into that first gun round with all the utilities they need to try and stall Jam Gaming's progress throughout the map.
Well, there you go. Yellow picks up Willie as he walks through the smoke. So already a reasonable start here for Trident. I guess the good news for Jam there is that was the only SMG player on their side, so they lost the weakest gun.
Yes, lost the least amount of Skrilla. And now Jam, tentative. They don't want to walk into a stack. Thankfully for them, they are walking to the correct bomb site, edging their way up slow to the top of mid, where it's just yellow waiting for him on net, and he's actually the player attacked as well. But will they wrap? That is the question. They might think a wrap is a good idea here and try and catch unaware. Nope, progressing around through to the A side, so that's good. But Trident getting a little bit itchy now themselves with that timer ticking down. Yellow picks up his second kill for the round there, so they're going to move their way into the bomb site now and plant down. It's a 5 versus 2, and Trident should throw everything they can towards Jam at this point.
You can see the floodgates have opened in terms of Trident's rotation as they're coming barreling across towards that A-bomb site from 2 directions. Yellow still being a bit of a nuisance up there in apartments for the guys from Trident. Hasn't done too much damage there, but it is going to be a double kill for White. That will make things a little bit easier for them. Another one goes over to Ghost, but Iceman trades it out. Still, it's looking okay here for the closeout for Trident, but still making it, for Jam rather, but still making it quite expensive was Trident.
Yeah, killing 3, and now we've got Galils and AKs on that side as well, so the money is, it's fine. I mean, obviously they're going to be able to buy this round, but again, same thing coming out from Trident, just buying pistols, and that's good. So if you are going to eco, there's certainly, obviously, quite a lot of scope for just a single pistol buy, particularly if it's a P250, and like I mentioned earlier, in a cast. But using a P250 on Inferno and getting up close and in the apps areas or just near some of the choke points is a great idea. And, Ghost just tap away, and Break just playing with a little bit of fire there.
White as well, going to pick up a kill for himself. Lonsdale under a little bit of pressure, takes a reasonable amount of damage, still able to keep himself alive though, so he's going to keep being a thorn in the side of Jam. Wow. Where's Willie? How did he get all the way into CT spawn? I don't even know, but anyway, Iceman picks him up, so he's not going to be too much of a problem anymore for Trident. Still a 3 versus 4 situation though, and they will get the bomb down here without too many difficulties, you should expect.
I expect as much, and it delivered as well. So now just hoping to close out this round without losing too much more money is Jam, but Hats is having a bit of a say in that. He should be able to save that gun and duck away, but instead he goes on for the battle. It's Ghost who takes him down. Lonsdale coming around. He picks up a kill. So he's in a 1 versus 2 with the Deagle. It's certainly possible, especially if you hit a shot like that. So now it's just a 1 versus 1. Lonsdale, can he recapture his heroics he got earlier? But no, he's run out of time. So he will grab this and he will drop away. And that's Steve dying as well to the bomb there. That's a very costly round for Trident. Correction for Jam. They're going to have enough to buy, of course, being, you know, 3rd round in a row. Bomb plane explosion as well for the victory, so a little bit of extra cash in that department. But I mean, if they lose this one and they're at 14-5 down and their economy is a little bit shot, it's going to be tough for them to break back into those rounders T.
Alright, so the all-important rifle round coming out here. Trident already on 13 rounds, so if they pick this one up, it's going to make things look pretty good for them, but still, we'll have to wait and see. 3 stack over towards the B bomb site once again from them.
Some good nades used right at the start there. There's a Molotov that can sort of flies over from the top of Banana and lands in the tree area. And what a lot of terrorist sides at the moment like to do is they like to get into that tree area because you can get in there before the CTs do, and that way you can lurk through Banana as they try and push down. So that Molotov just cancels out that position at the start of the round. So Trident showing they're doing their homework. They come prepared this week with smokes, Molotov splashes, all that sort of set play. And as we can see, a bit of an exchange there at the start of Banana there, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end. But that, of course, is going to stretch Trident's CT side a little bit more, and the move up mid has been made. The bomb has committed to the top at this point, and it's heading towards the arch side.
Yeah, we've got White all the way up here towards balcony end of apartments, ready to just explode out of there once the rest of his team comes out through boiler. This is looking pretty reasonable for Jam if they can pick up that kill on the player in pit. Lonsdale will, of course, try and do what he can there as well. Willie might have spotted out that player in pit, didn't take a shot though. Perhaps didn't see him in the end there, but now they know he's there, and he is going to get in there for the trade. Yellow picks up White, but it goes down in response. And this is looking quite good for Jam. They've got the 3-for-1 situation. Break surely shouldn't be able to do too much here, and you'd have to say it might be a situation where he might want to save, given that the economy on the CT side is not that fantastic at the moment.
Yeah, but knowing Break, he's probably not going to do it. He likes to push quite a lot and does it. It's known for doing that as well. But I think he's trying to just catch 1 or 2 away, and again trying to limit the money that Jam is sort of building up. And just trying to get one coming out of the top of mid there. So takes the battle, ultimately loses to Ghost, who finishes him off nicely there. Very interesting for Trident there. They weren't spotting Dig at all, so Jam just sort of wandered up Diggity, and you saw the end result. If you get that close and you have 2 or 3 people who are ready to come out, you know, apps as well as 2 people in Dig looking at different angles at the same time, it's impossible because you have no time to react. So at least spotting potentially might be a little bit more of an idea. So Trident's woes aren't all over yet, and potentially we could see what happened in the first place, in the first half rather, happening to Trident here.
Shaping up that way. So they've got to turn things around sooner or later if they want to close this map out. Hats, he's going to find a kill onto Willie there. Brings it back to a 4 versus 4, but unfortunately for Trident, that gun won't be retrievable as it's sitting right in the middle of mid. Not a good position for them to be able to pick it up. Badge will take down Iceman. And Jam have pretty much got a free reign over towards that B bomb site if they opt to go there, as there's no one from Trident deciding to defend it.
Yeah, and moving up onto that site now is Jam, so they're going to be able to secure it. How long will they take, and how long will Trident commit to this A hold? That's hold, just in case I said that a little poorly. 13-6 is the scoreline, so Trident are up, but they're on the back foot in this stage, or in this half rather. You can see yet to get actually on the board. So 4 in a row, but that allows the money loss bonus to sort of work in their favour a little bit. Setting up for exits, and Yellow's recovered the weapon that Willie KS dropped, so if he can hold on to that, that's going to be nice for them. But Jam Gaming deciding to rotate out through Banana, comes up against Lonsdale, who's just got the CZ75, does a little bit of damage, but goes down to White.
Good trade coming out there for Trident. Lose my voice a little bit there, but a 1-for-1 in that situation was good because they only dropped the CZ, able to drop a, I think it was a rifle. That'll work as well.
Second.
Oh!
That was the third round as well.
Hats off. Hats off for Hats.
Hats off to you, indeed. Good Hats.
See a bit more of that.
Yeah, bring it on. We saw Lonsdale hit a nice couple earlier, and then Hats going, well, I'm up there as well, so...
Alrighty, big important round coming out once again. Pretty much every rifle round at this stage rather, is going to be important for the CT side. Iceman with a very aggressive push down in towards Banana will pick up Badge, who certainly wasn't expecting that. And again, the 3-stack in Banana from Trident. It's working out pretty well in this situation. They're going to decide to leave a couple there, and you can see Iceman starting to rotate across towards that A-bomb site. They got what they needed, and now they can go back to a reasonably standard hold.
100%. So 2B, 3A, the standard. Jam working their way up quickly though. In response, they've gained access to Diggity at least for White, and is now spotted out the player in that side at the top of A there. Gets him down as Willie KS, so getting the entry there for Jam, and they're going to move it to this A side now. They are committed, but Yellow and Iceman come back with 2 apiece as well, so now it's a 4 versus 2 in favour of Trident.
Certainly is. The rotates are pretty quick here from Trident as well. They have got one player still in CT spawn, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue there, as they've got players' advantage on the A-bomb side, and easy as you like, they pick up their 14th round. So now, danger time for Jam. Their money not looking that great either.
No, they're spread a little bit thin. Get it? On their economy, so they're actually opting to play for the draw here, because, oh no, they figured it out. 14th round. So now they force up. So a couple of pistols, an AK, a Galil, and they're just going for their default again, not trying to go for any sort of set execute just yet. They're not looking like they're going straight into an execute, that's for sure.
The good thing for Jam here is that last round they had someone sitting on the other side of that smoke for Trident. They've fixed that for this round, and they haven't lost that player in the 3 versus 1 situation. So they've already done one better than last round at this point.
And now they should probably just try and put a little bit of pressure on the sites to get rid of the utilities that are still left on Trident, because there is a minute left in the round, and they are going to go for an A execute here. Flashes come up, and you can see the counter grenades coming in from Trident.
Well, there's the first kill of the round, goes to Willie KS onto break, but the trade out is there for Lonsdale, picking up Willie. It's Jam looking good though, as we see Wyatt coming in from balcony to pick up a double kill onto the players in pit, and now Hats pretty much forced into a 1 versus 4 situation. I'd probably expect that he should save here again. Looks like he's going to go for that as well, which is good to see. So if he can keep this M4 in the game, that's going to be a real boost to Trident. But the issue here for Trident is that they did pick that one round up, and the economy was reset as well. So as you say, the issue is that they could see themselves in that situation that Jam was in the first half, and that's what's happening.
Yep, controlling the economy quite well on Jam Gaming. I mean, obviously never going to drop around on purpose, but It's going to help them here. And Hats is waiting in T-spawn. White is going to come around. Will it be White or Hats? And ultimately it's Hats who picks him up. But that means he's going to have some friends coming for him, possibly. Deciding against it. And because, like we mentioned, Jam's economy is not 100% solid, but it should be in this scenario expecting at best a full pistol armor buy, and at worst a full, at worst a pistol armor buy. But instead, Yellow having a lot of cash, he's going to pick up the MP9 and some deagles and a little bit of armor across the board as well. So a reasonable investment from Trident. So they're obviously looking to try and get their 15th round on the board this round, rather than waiting for next one. But Jam are having none of it. They're expecting some sort of stack, and now that they've heard the deagles as well, it's going to make them particularly cautious.
Alright, let's see some deagle action. Unfortunately for Trident, Lonsdale not really pulling off any deagle action. Iceman as well, the deagle from him has been dropped now, and the one left on the field. That's break, and all the deagles are down. My dreams have been crushed, Mike. Only the 2 players with actual weapons left on the field for Trident, and now the objective is try and keep those weapons alive. Hat's doing his best to defend the banana area, and Yellow only on 7 HP in a very tough situation here. White should be able to pick him up.
Yep, and he does exactly that. So it's a 1 versus 3 for Hats. We saw him pull off the ace earlier, but he's in the scenario there now where he can do a little bit of damage on the exits, potentially. But he looks like he's actually going to wander up here and really get up towards Jam's grill.
Well, you'll hear White here, but it's going to be White in the end to close it out. So perhaps an error in judgment there, but the economy for Trident, not too bad. They could force up here.
Well, Yellow's committed early, so it's going to definitely put into a buy there. You've got a FAMAS, an AWP, a shotgun, and 2 M4s going against the 4 AKs and AWP from Jam Gaming. So slowly but surely, Jam are making their way back into this.
Wouldn't mind seeing something like a 5 nade strat on a eco round from Trident or something like that, just to change things up a little bit, catch Jam off guard perhaps. It's the kind of round that 1 in a million will work, but that's kind of what they need in this situation.
Jam has shown a tendency to, on the default, they don't really hear anything go towards A, so potentially that would be a smart idea. So holding that sort of strategy in mind, and break there again, being quite aggressive there, getting caught out by Ghost and White respectively, although he did do a bunch of damage to White, and this is basically going to be a game on now for Jam. They're just
Lonsdale, he's going to be an important player here for Trident. Needs to pick up probably at least 2 as they enter through Boiler.
Just a fake. They've drawn the rotate half off here, and with those extra smokes and flashes going to come through, that's going to be the full rotate from the Trident team. It's Hats. No, he's decided that he's heard enough from CT spawn. The absence of information and gunfire has led him to believe that it will be a B hit after all. Iceman waiting above.
Let's see if Iceman can do the good deed and pick up a couple of kills here. Not quite going to happen. He does get 1, but not enough here. Now all down to Hats. Needs to find a double for himself at least. He's going to get forced back into construction, but did get a lot of damage across to Jam. A good placed grenade would do it, but unfortunately for Trident, they don't have any in the bank there. Lonsdale will find Ghost, and Hats just playing with fire. Willie is going to spot him out finally, and he goes down. It's a 2 versus 3 retake. The takeaway, though, for Trident is that there's a couple of very low players. I don't know if they're going to be able to take advantage of it here, though. Yellow has the AWP, or Lonsdale, rather, has the AWP. So Yellow is going to be the one that needs to get these players down. And unfortunately, he's lost his teammate in Lonsdale there. He will be able to get Willie there. Does take a little bit of damage for his trouble. I don't know if a retake is a good idea. He does have a kit, though. I think he's just playing for exits at this point.
Yeah, he's just decided that he's stuck in the scenario, or stuck in the position, rather, where he is. Gets the double on the exit. Hopes
I don't know why they were just running at him with their knife out. That didn't really make too much sense to me. Like, obviously, you have to get out of the way of that bomb, but, a pistol could have been on the cards.
Slowly but surely, Jam working their way back into this 10-14, so it's not going to be a complete whitewash as potentially was expected. And both teams having their issues on the CT side. But if the trend is pretty similar to what we saw in the first half. We'd probably expect a second round from Trident here to equalise. Not this one, the next gun round, of course. To equalise, well, rather to push them up towards that 15th round. So, again, very spread out, very static on the defence here. But Jam showing a little bit more willingness to push up and expose themselves.
Alright, so 3 players on the A bomb site for a change here for Trident, but no one watching apartments there. Yellow is going to get picked up with an easy kill there for White. So that's not too good at all for Trident.
And again, Jam not wanting to get caught out at all, so they've put down a couple of smokes and whatnot at the top of B, but Trident have read this really well. In fact, they believe that it's an A hit, and an A hit it is.
Yeah, certainly will work out better for them now that they've got those 4 players on the side, but they do need to hit their shots. Unfortunately for them, Iceman is going to go down. Lonsdale will take White out, but
that's
a pretty
really good
from
play
Jam.
here from, really good read from there. Wanting to get away from the AWP as soon as they can, because they only expected the one weapon on that side, which is Lonsdale Orb. So they've seen it and they've decided to leg it to the other side. Looks like Trident just want to try and save these weapons and take a few more off Jam Gaming. Hats is going to come in as he doesn't have one just yet, but he's going to run into a crossfire between Steve and Ghost if he chooses to push corner.
Looks like he's doing that, trying to sort of sniff out this crossfire. If he just sits here, could have been okay.
Die?
Not quite.
Yeah,
he goes down.
Yeah. Well, at least escaping with 2 weapons here, that's good news for Trident there. But if you're a Jam fan, I believe there is a train with your logo on the side of it, potentially.
Have you bought a ticket to the Jam train?
Well, I haven't bought a ticket, no, but I'm on board for the ride. It's like get a free pass being a
You're a
caster.
stowaway?
I'm a stowaway.
Free pass.
Yeah,
You're a VIP?
I'm a VIP, yeah.
Or are you the driver?
Well, no, clearly Jam are the drivers in this instance.
I see.
Perhaps I'm just a conductor. Perhaps I'm taking everybody's tickets on board the Jam hype train. Because, bringing them the information.
The Jam hype train is rolling out of their spawn and making their way across to their default positions once again, trying to get some work done across the map. At the moment, haven't really spotted out anyone from Trident. We have the 3 stack on towards the A-bomb site this time once again for Trident. So feeling that Jam perhaps are opting more towards the A-bomb site is Trident.
Yeah, and they've fairly as well. I would say they're putting a lot more focus on apps and the diggity side of heading up towards the A-bomb site, which is good because that's where Jam has been able to exploit them on a few occasions there. Playing with fire is White there. He doesn't realise that there's a double stack there. Cops a nade to the feet, but of course it's Counter-Strike Go, so he only loses a 12 HP.
And again, you can see Jam have split across to both sites, trying to get some information from the map.
Going to go back towards the B-bomb site here. Bomb is placed and ready to go. No, he's just dropping off to put down the fag, and that's drawn a rotator as well. So this is a poor read from Trident, and it's just yellow on that A-bomb site rather.
Willie though will gift a kill over to break there. And the go signal has not yet been pushed for Jam. White will peek out of the pit and pick up a double kill again. I don't know why no one's watching apartments there for Trident, but White is doing so much work from that area within the last few rounds and really paying dividends for Jam at the moment. Nice little shot coming out from break to even the score, but Hats might be in danger of getting picked up here. He does check the corner. Badge goes down. It's a 3 versus 2 retake now, and both the players from Jam really in the pit area. I guess there's one in the balcony. And that's a good shot coming out from White as well. And so Iceman making things even more difficult here for Trident. Great position for Steve to pick up a double kill. And 16-11, or rather 14-11. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Turns into 14-12. So this was my prediction. 16-12, 16-13. So come on, Trident. Make me #1 analyst Australia.
Well, we're going to have to get Sandman's retrospective analytic prediction if you want to overtake Kim as the #1 in Australia. But 3 at the top of Banana at the start of this round. Forcing up is Trident, so They do. If they force this, they're on the phone. Yeah, they're going to have to struggle to buy next round. They're going to put themselves in a really awkward position if they don't win this round. Because they're going to struggle at 13. 14's going to be okay. But then they're going to go into the draws potentially with a little bit lower on the economy here. So a little bit of a gamble forcing up here. Low on utilities as well, which is never a good thing on CT side on Inferno. It gives you... It really limits your options to control various choke points. And that's really what they haven't done at all, and that's what Jam have been exploiting, being able to wander up various avenues, particularly on the A-bomb side.
Alrighty, so another default setup coming out from Jam. They are going to lose the fight there in Banana. They go to 1-for-1 in the end there, and it's actually Badge to turn it around, bringing himself a double kill. This is the go signal now for Jam.
He's not expecting the third player, not at all. Yep, there he goes. Iceman just picks up Badge in the back, really, and now Ghost has to get the kill. He doesn't either. Iceman coming up huge for his team there. Could this be the 15th round for Trident 3 versus 2 in their favour?
Yeah, the issue there for them is that the CT is smoked. The con as well is smoked, so that's an easy kill there for Steve, as onto Iceman in the 1 versus 1, and the rotator's coming back across the A-bomb site for Jam. I don't think Trident's heard this at all, as they're still hanging around on the B-bomb site. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they evidently didn't see anything on the death cam there. So Steve puts it down in the MIBA position there, I think it is. And the retake's going to come from the top of mid now, but a couple of utilities on white, so he potentially will be able to use them. But he's going to hold his angle.
Right up in Graveyard, Steve down in the pit. A reasonable crossfire set up here for the guys from Jam. White going to throw out a grenade there onto Yellow, but Yellow takes it to the face and takes out White in response. They need to get quickly onto this bomb and pick up Steve. They do have a couple of kids to work with. No, actually just one, but that's going to be enough. That's all you need. They need to take down Steve here. Yellow just holding him off behind the pole. It is going to be the round going over to Trident, though. That was so close. And now we're back to 15 there for Trident. The economy is still looking reasonable here for Jam, though. They're going to have a full buy. And this is surely not all said and done just yet for Jam.
No, I think who was playing in Graveyard there probably didn't need to show quite so early there. Need to play down the clock a little bit and at least throw that Molotov to try and, rather than the grenade. If he threw the Molotov there, he probably would have bought a little bit more time, and they only needed a few extra seconds there to try and work off that bomb. Break picking up the first kill. It's a all pick down middle, takes down Steve. So this potentially trying to put themselves in a good position to secure the first map.
Yeah, could this be the second win that they needed? Obviously, that first frag there for Break is going to make things a hell of a lot easier for them, but still have 4 Jam players to contend with. And they're all hanging around towards the A area. There is one down towards T-stairs, just waiting for a rotator from B, perhaps. That's Badge. They're not too sure what they want to do just yet. Sort of rotating in between Banana and mid.
Yeah, look, they've used 50 seconds here, and they've gained no territory whatsoever on the map.
No information either.
Yeah, no information. And Trident literally haven't moved in the last 40 seconds, except to throw a grenade out here to try and, hold off a player there. And Trident taking a little bit of risk in terms of no information given. They've rotated Break off the A-bomb site. Although I think he just wanted to do a scenic tour of CT Spawn, to be honest. But now he goes towards B as the fake comes in over there. And it's going to be up to White. White's going to have to play a pretty big role in here and step out at exactly the right time to take out those 2 players on A-bomb site.
Yeah, Break coming up huge in this round with a double kill already with the AWP. Really opening things up here for Trident. The rotate from Willie is going to come across towards that A-bomb site. Yellow in a great position, finds White as well. This should be all said and done here for Trident. 10 seconds on the bomb timer, or the round timer rather, to get that bomb down. They do manage to get it down, and Yellow just playing with Willie at the moment. He is going to pick him up, and it's back to a 5 versus 1. Ghost now in a very difficult situation, trying to keep his team alive. He's stuck on the bomb site, does find a double kill, but it's not going to be enough. Trident will find the first map, 16 and 12, after a pretty difficult CT side.
Yeah, both teams struggling on that CT side. We can see the wide array of T rounds. Yeah, interestingly enough, of course, Inferno being such a map that is biased towards the CTs, but Australian Counter-Strike, we roll a little differently down here in Oceania, and evidently we just I guess if you're an international viewer, it'd be an easy point to make the down under joke where everything's upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, traditionally our T sides have always been a little bit better than perhaps our CT sides, but not to that extent.
No, certainly not to that extent. But we're going to take a quick break before you get rolling into the next map. Of course, the next map we're going to go into is Dust 2. So the first map was Trident's picks, and they picked it up, 16-12. The second map will be Dust 2, and if needed, the third will be Mirage. So thanks for joining us thus far. We'll be back very shortly with more Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 action. Stay with us.
Nice little short break, and we're here once again with map 2 between Jam Gaming and Trident Esports. This is, of course, the Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season. My name, of course, is Elfish Guy, joined as usual by Mike Star, and let's have a little bit of a discussion about the previous map there, Mike. Did you feel that was a little bit surprising how that turned out?
Well, I guess ultimately going back to what we were talking about at the start of this cast, and we were saying that both teams had problems on their CT side. I wasn't expecting problems to be 2 rounds on Inferno CT.
Yeah,
you know, but ultimately that's what came through again. And I guess to try and contextualize that a bit as well, the CT side is pretty hard at the moment. Like, the round timer in particular, you know, that using your utilities in long scenarios makes it very hard. But really, I guess that's the bottom line of it. Both of these teams, I mean, Trident last year were notoriously really good on their T side. That's what was winning them lots of matches. So they've kind of transitioned that through to this year a little bit, but their CT side potentially has gotten weaker over the off-season break.
Yeah, so I mean, now heading on towards Dust 2, we discussed this a little bit before the first map started. I think we both tended to agree that this was going to be a map going in Jam's favour, which is obviously going to be good for them, being that they're already 1-0 down. So hopefully they're going to be able to pull it off. But after the last performance, are you seeing anything that perhaps changes your mind, or are you still going to stick with Jam?
Yeah, I mentioned throughout that last map that Trident were looking a little more coordinated than they were previously. So they've upped their game. They've stepped up a little bit for CGP in the second week. which is good to see because obviously winning Div 2 last season and doing well in a couple of tournaments, having a little bit of turmoil in the off season, so picking up the new player in Hats. We want to see them come through and be a force to be reckoned with in CGP. Like we know that potentially there's the potential on this roster for that to be true, particularly if Hats can keep pulling off random aces. Yeah. But I mean, even in that, it showed from Jam Gaming something we weren't seeing last week, and they just basically allow themselves to be picked off one by one. There's no trade setups, there's no crossfire setups. I mean, was it a 3 versus 1 that he got? He got the 2 kills or something like that? Come on.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 versus 1. Like in that scenario, set up a crossfire, or just at least let him plant the bomb and then all come running to the site together. So that's a little bit of a rookie mistake from Jam, and that's something they're going to have to eliminate if they want to continue in this best of 3.
Yeah, the good thing for Trident was that it felt like all their players kind of had their moments. We saw, everyone really pitching in. Break was the bottom fragger with 16 frags or something like that, but even then I still felt like he had some pretty reasonable rounds where he got 2 or 3 Ks that won the team the round. So that's a good start here for Trident, but Jam, I guess, was fairly similar. I think they tended to fall a little bit more on towards the side of relying on White.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
it was coming up pretty big.
In a scoreline of 16-12, unless you've got one guy hard carrying, which was obviously not true, you are going to expect a fairly even scoreline from out your players, typically. So not a lot of surprises on that front, but Ghost was nice at times. Really just about everyone. I guess the quietest person, personally, I would say it was Badge, so hopefully can have a little bit more output in this second map. And speaking of the second map, of course, Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016, brought to you by Mwave, the name sponsor, but also Turtle Beach, Netgear, Plantronics, Logitech and AK Racing. But let's get stuck into the action. We're going to go into the knife round for the second map, and this is Jam Gaming's pick, so hopefully for them, being a map down now, so they can also pick up the knife round and continue their form onwards.
Yeah, I feel like if the team that wins the knife round here might opt to go for that T side, because obviously last map we saw T side domination. What was it, like 5 rounds overall picked up on the CT side?
Yeah,
out of 28,
which
was
ridiculous. But Trident won the knife round and then opting to go to the CT, so perhaps they want to get the. I guess it's one of those things. If you go CT side. Typically, CT is always picked on Dust 2. Such a biased map, but I guess it potentially is 8-7 for CTs. I don't know. Look, it's too close to call, really. It's an 8-7 map most of the time. But if you get that CT side away, that if it's the weaker side for you and you're trying to battle your way through it, then potentially it's a good idea to get it done on the start with. And if you happen to get, say, 9 rounds, you're like, boys, we got this. This is easy. Coming into that second half.
Oh well, we'll have to see how it turns out here. Quite a few utilities already immediately bought for Trident here, which is a little interesting.
Yeah.
Only 1 armor. Break. What did Break? He didn't even buy anything. All right. Well, I guess when you hit headshots like that, it doesn't really matter. 2 for 1. And without any investment, quite a good round already for Break.
Yeah, but it's not over just yet, because of course, 90 seconds left on the clock, and Jam are able to pick up a P250 at least. So, but they've got all the time left to work around the map, try and figure it out, and not good for Trident potentially in this scenario where maybe you can get some trades going. They're sticking out all very, spread apart here, so potentially they could get picked off one by one, but they are playing smart in terms of using their weapons range. Hat's sitting way back at Goose sort of area on A site, looking towards long, and that's going to use his USPS as a range, just like that.
Gets the shot, really nice, very quick headshot onto White. Also picks up the one onto Badge. Now only Ghost alive here for Jam. This looked way too easy for Trident.
Yeah, well, I went to get a double kill at the start of the round, and then Hats, taps to it long. Yellow just taps to the top of mid. Rat-a-tat-tat, your team is dead, Jam.
Certainly is. They're going to force, that's the question.
No.
Doesn't look like it. They got a deagle.
Yeah, it's just a pistol buy, so. Alright. Let's see what they do here. Aggression from Break. We should have expected this, really. He's had a look in upper tunnels with that auto shotgun that he loves to buy. He's moving around, but he can't find anything. And I think Jam are a little bit wary of potentially this scenario coming out. They've sent 3 towards long, which is fine. But the Beast, I mean, the bomb's still floating at the top of spawn here.
Or Break perhaps should have gone down there, but turns around quick enough to take down White. Does lose 50% of his HP, but he'll be happy with that, I'm sure. And you can see the rotate from Jam coming in towards T-spawn.
And
Nope, they're just picking up the bomb.
as well at the top of mid from Iceman here. He picks up one with the UMP. Steve is going to try and come across and get one, but he gets taken down as well. Steve, hungry for these frags. He wants to get the money bonus here and start to build up the economy for his CT side at least. He runs around, he gets the third, and Hats picks up the last there. So 5 alive for Trident. That's what they're going to want at the CT round. They're such a rare commodity on Inferno that on Dust 2 here. They're going to be pretty keen to lock in as many as they can, as early as they can. And again, really for Jam, that was a bit of a nothing round. So instead, they're going to go something, by the looks of things, completely different.
Break once again, poised to find a big amount of kills. Gets one, doesn't quite land the shots onto the second. He's got a few left in the chamber there, but not quite going to be able to close anything out there. A big grenade comes out there onto Jam, but Break probably would be kicking himself. I think he would have wanted a few more kills than that.
Yep.
And it certainly feels to me like Trident are really trying to stamp their foot on Jam early here and get them, I guess, get the mind games going. A nice grenade comes out onto Steve in the meanwhile. But yeah, like Trident playing super aggressive here and really trying to play those mind games against Jam at the moment.
Yeah, and Trident were doing this quite a bit against Ferox last week, and it wasn't really working that well. So if Jam are smart and Iceman getting the long-range UMPs, double kill in fact, onto Badge and Ghost to close out the round there for them. And it was just Break who died, but it didn't matter because he got a couple of shotgun kills, and he's got $9,950 in the bank.
Yeah, no worries on the CT economy there. Iceman came out of that with 10k as well, so looking pretty. They've got at least one more buy after this if they lose this one.
Trying to be careful if they want to keep doing this very aggressive strategy, because Jam Gaming can just easily start to adapt and start to do exactly what Willie KS is doing just there and hold them off at spawn. And he picks up the double, so already this aggression from Trident is not working out for them. Iceman trading back one there, but he's going to cop a nade. And it's a big one as well, taking off 60 HP. So he's down to 40 HP at the top of stairs rather. Right now, Jam have all 3 players from Trident spread out as far as they can. 4 versus 3, so a slight scenario here. Yellow is pushing as well, so you can see Trident, it's not working out for them.
Yeah, and this is the issue that you identified before the game started as well for Trident, is that they, or at least what happened against Ferox, was that they were doing those excessive and predictable pushes, and it's really apparent here as well. So hopefully next round we'll see them play a little bit more passive and just change things up. Obviously, you know, doing it a few times in the rounds when you've got an advantage like 3-0 is not that big of a deal. They can at least give it a go in the first rifle round, but really once you sort of recognize that it's not working out, you've got to opt to change things up and make that more play style being used.
Exactly. So you know, they've done it every round in this half. So of course, going into the 4th round, what is Jam Gaming going to do? We're going to look for Iceman running up at the top of mid, or we're going to look for Break pushing upper tunnels. They're just going to sit and wait for it, but because of all that fantastic fragging they did with the SMGs in the first 2 eco rounds. Okay. That's going to put Trident on the back foot, but they're able to buy in this round. I mean, that was an expensive buy as well. That was a double AWP buy on CT. So there's one way that you surefire way to ruin your economy. It's 2 AWPs on CT.
Yeah, I mean, they had a pretty good economy, but now it's just looking a little bit dodgy, especially if they lose this round.
They are only going to get 1,900 if they lose this round. The second round loss bonus, so they won't be able to buy after this. But Jam still got to close it out. I mean, we're talking like the round's already over for Trident, but it's still 5 versus 4. So whilst they are 1 down, they are not down and out.
I may have just disconnected there, so I didn't hear what you said, but hopefully I'm back. Ghost is going to find the kill there onto Break. Hats gets a double in response, but really not enough there. Iceman will take out the player on the site. That's Willie KS. So it's back to a 2 versus 2. Yellow has got himself an AWP here. Steve, just watching down long, they could find a 1 versus 2 against Badge there, but it's not going to turn out in their favor as Badge picks up the double.
The classic split onto A there. Perfect timing from Badge, catching out the boost unaware. Really good play there. So now force, by the looks of things, a little bit of forcing coming out from Trident. Watch Break in this one here. He's got the Zeus out. Very cheeky with that old weapon. And Jam setting up for a little bit more aggressive on the well, not aggressive really, but a little bit more proactive on their default here. And Steve picking up the first kill there in Upper Dark. Picking off the B-bomb. It's like, Will KS has actually managed to find his way into CD spawn. He did this last round, it was rather last map on Inferno. He just gets his way through into weird positions very quickly here. They're going to split onto the B-bomb site. Unfortunately, that's where Yellow is lurking. And also Break, he gets the Zeus kill on the white at stairs from the Xbox. And they've decided to bail back towards A.
Yeah, so this will bring it back to 3 rounds apiece, and already you can start to see the T-round or T-side economy getting rolling. Trident will have a bye here.
Yep.
So, pretty crucial round for them to be able to pick this one up.
No AWPs, so... but, you know, Trident aren't heavily reliant on that AWP. They never really have been, so... It's not going to be too bad for them, but... CJM Gaming working their way into lower darks as well. So it's a stack on at A in terms of everyone's down at long. So a quick short push will probably have caught them a little bit unaware now. So they're going to hold long, forgive short, and play in 2 and a mid. That's the setup for Trident at the moment. So a push on a short and a work onto the site. And we saw Jam on a number of occasions on Inferno just kind of walk their way up towards A. Perhaps if they try that in this round, they might be able to get similar success.
Now, having said that, though, Break is going to move his way back up on towards the A-bomb site, so he'll have a little bit more of a presence on towards defending short now for Trident. Jam are going to throw a couple of flashes in towards that A-bomb site, but really not committing to anything just yet. A couple of smokes going over towards the B as well, or flashbangs. Yeah, it was a smoke and a Molotov, actually, interestingly enough. So really just trying to utilize their utilities across the map, but not drawing any rotations or anything like that out of Trident just yet.
Take a picture. It'll probably last just as long here. Everyone's static, and it's basically a game of who is going to break first, and it is Lonsdale's going to get taken down by Jam, and it's going to be a mid to B split, and Yellow's in a ton of pressure here, and his position's been exposed there as well. Gets one. Chiming in the mid is another one there as well, but it's the B-bomb side is taken now, and it's notoriously difficult to retake. 3 versus 3 against 2 AWPs. It's possible here. It's certainly possible.
Yeah, I don't know if the 2 AWPs here is going to be a hindrance or a help for the guys from Jam, but Steve hitting his shots there onto Iceman has to fall back in towards the side as he's getting rushed down there by Hats, but Hats won't be able to close out the kill. Does manage to get one, but that's a good defense there from Jam, so the double AWP setup working out okay on that defense there.
Yep, and that's unless they're going to choose to. They could probably pistol armor here if they wanted to. Break's definitely going to do the pistol armor here, so that's good to see. Putting in an appropriate amount of investment into this round and sending 3 across the mid doors. And Break trying to get this way into lower dark. He's going to get pushed. No, he's going to get found out. In fact, Willie KS has gone YOLO style straight down mid.
Oh, and there you go. I was waiting for it. I was feeling it. And Break, of course, was feeling it as well. He gets the Zeus kill there. Hasn't been taken out just yet either. So he's running around with... actually, Yellow was the one to pick up the AK there. So Yellow's running around with an AK. Breakdown on 35 HP. But still, not too bad of a round there for Trident if they can pick up another kill here. Does that give bonus kill money? I don't think it does.
No, so the price is down to like 200 or 150 or something, but there's no kill reward anymore. So it's just a humiliation of being Zeused.
It's actually the second Zeus kill that Break's got as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, doing all right work with that weapon.
Yeah, I mean, Willie KS is finding himself in an awkward position as his teammates just decide to do the slow walk, slow march up long A, And he's going to lurk his way through CT spawn and try and find a little bit of information for him. But they're going to find absolutely nothing, of course. We know that. They don't. Brake's going to try and recover another weapon after his godlike efforts.
Yeah, so we'll try and push up here on towards short, but a grenade to the face is going to stop him in his tracks. Willie KS also manages to pick up yellow there, so no weapons saved for Trident. Having said that, though, they will have enough to buy up here. So 3 and 5 the scoreline at the moment, but again, Jam really starting to put their mark on this first half, and it's looking almost like a repeat of the last map in terms of that CT economy just being so difficult to handle for Trident at the moment.
Yep. And it's going to be a quick B push, actually, changing up the pace here a little bit, but Yellow is aware of it, gets a double kill, and that's just shut this round straight out there. Breaker's on a quick lurk. He's going to catch Badge unaware, and everything in a flash almost is all done and dusted here for Jam.
Oh, good shot though from Steve onto Lonsdale, and there's one onto Break from Ghost. So the Orbs working strong at the moment for Jam Gaming, but it looks like Trident is pretty keen to hunt these two down. Iceman needs to be careful if he peeks in towards Steve, because that could be dangerous. Yeah. The trade should be there for Trident though. Pats will pick up Ghost here, no problems at all. And Iceman always watching the wrong angle. He's going to get picked up there by Steve, but that gives away the position, and now you can see Yellow trying to move into position to back up his teammate. But Hats watching the wrong angle as well. Oh no, Steve misses the shot. Unfortunate there for Jam, but still could have been worse. Obviously they've got the money in the bank to rebuy here for another few rounds in a row at least. So they're going to continue to put pressure on the Trident guys.
And an opportunity to do the economy reset as well. We'll see whether that comes through or not. Opting to remain with that double AWP setup and Steve and Ghost. And the spawn pick has been made at B as well. And Steve just wrecking Lonsdale. That was a beautiful pick. And then Badge steps out onto lower dark as well. And as quickly as Jam's effort into last round was dismantled by Trident, a pretty similar situation has been doing in reverse this round, which does not mean good things if you are on Team Trident.
Yeah, I can sense a little bit of deja vu coming on here, Mike, because Trident poised to have their economy reset once again, and that's not going to be too good for them at all heading into the later stages of this first half. Hats, though, will do his best to defend that. The pop flash comes out, not going to be fast enough as Willie will close him out, and it's a 4 versus 1 now for Yellow to negotiate, or at least try and save the orb. Don't think he's going to be able to do either in this situation here, though.
Nope. Ghost taking care of that, and that's the 6th round for Jam, and as I mentioned, this is probably going to put Trident onto an eco. You can see Lonsdale and Iceman having just about the least amount of cash you can get. Of course, 1400 being the first round loss. But because of that and the extra little bit of economy they have, they're actually going to invest into this. It hasn't worked out for them at all. Break just picking up the one, which was Willie KS, but Lonsdale's been tagged down to 2. Iceman's just got the Deagle armor, and Hats has the Scout. So moving on to the B-bomb site now is Jam, and they should be able to get in at least. White getting caught out with a nade out.
Yeah.
Gets away with his life there. Iceman, now he's low as well. And really, I think at this point, Trident should try and make a little bit of noise and work their way out.
Yeah, Iceman was doing his best with the Deagle there. Didn't work out too well for him, but White does actually pick up Steve with a Molotov there. Lonsdale down to 2 HP, as you mentioned previously. Iceman down to 18. This is an almost impossible retake situation, but Lonsdale is going to catch Ghost off guard there, pointing his AWP in the wrong direction. Iceman just peeking through the smoke there, and this is looking like a possible double kill for White if he plays it right. Iceman in an almost unwinnable position here. He can get spammed through the box, but no, White just... His little head was peeking over the box there, and a nice headshot comes out from Iceman. So perhaps a round from nowhere, perhaps a round that Trident shouldn't have won there. But regardless, they pick it up.
Yeah.
5 on.
Just getting suckered in there a little bit, Jam. Just getting a little bit too confident running straight into there after the quick double pick at the start of the round. So, but like I mentioned with the bomb in particular, and Steve hitting a lovely shot onto Yellow there, getting the mid-gap shot. That's a great play. So starting off as it did last time, getting the early pick, and that's isolated just Lonsdale on the B-bomb side. Iceman rotating back through CT spawn to try and cover off mid to give him a little bit of support, but other than that, these CTs are very stretched out at this point.
Certainly are. And the short push coming out here for Jam. Got plenty of smokes to work with if they want to go for an execute on towards the side, or if they just want to bust out there, they can do that as well.
An executor wall of smokes on here would be absolutely perfect, as it's just Break watching the short with the AWP. If you put a couple of wall of smokes down there and some flashbangs, he's going to be rendered pretty useless pretty quickly, and then this man on screen white would be able to lurk through appropriately. Hats has pushed through to A-long quite a number of occasions, so if they realise he's going to do it again here, and is he going to pick, he does get the pick there, so that's going to cause the A hit right to come in now from Jam Gaming.
Certainly was, and Break is going to do a good job of holding the short area. A double kill already for him. It is Badge, though, coming in from CT to pick up Iceman. And Lonsdale will trade him out, though, in mid there. A little bit of a dodgy-looking spray down, but gets there in the end, and that's what matters. Steve now the sole survivor for the Jam Gaming guys, trying to do what he can with this AWP. Might get one, which he does. Now on towards Hats, I guess, is the target. If he plays this right, it could be a possibility. Oh, gets the no-scope there. Not quite a no-scope, actually. A quick scope, rather, onto Hats. Now down to a 1 versus 1. He's so low, though, and goes for the jump for information, but gets taken down subsequently by Lonsdale. So it's a 6-6 scoreline here. Trident getting a little bit of a second wind in their sails here as we head in towards the later stages of this first half.
Turning out to be a pretty difficult dust to affair, really, in the end. We're coming down to that. Trying to get rid of a grenade there at the start of the round, and tagging Yellow down at 83 before he even gets out of spawn. That's a little bit harsh. I thought he's played it alright.
Alright,
anyway.
Jam though on the eco, busting straight out into mid. A good flashbang onto Iceman will render him useless. Break though coming in from the A bomb site. He's going to get a 1 kill onto Willie. Perhaps could have got second, but not quite going to land the shot. Yellow though trying to do his best defending that B bomb site. Won't work out too well for him. He gets a 1-for-1. Lonsdale coming in from the window will find himself one. Has to reload though, and this perhaps is going to be a bomb plant for Jam, which is pretty good on their eco round, you'd have to say. Now they're just got to try and hang on to this B bomb site, and obviously it's not going to be all over just yet, but you can see Ghost there really doesn't have that much of a weapon to work with. It's a Glock. He does pick up 1 kill onto Break, though, and Steve is going to go down there to Lonsdale as well. So I think they did a pretty reasonable job there, to Jam Gaming, to get all those kills and get the bomb down.
Yep, it's certainly going to put them in a great position to go into this second last round of the first half of this best of 3. Because now you look at Trident's economy. 2 players a little bit low in cash, so if Jam can win this one, then it's going to be pretty awkward buy for Trident in the final round. So really, if you win this one, you should go on to win the next one, so we could be looking at 8-7 or 9-6 is my prediction, Jordan.
Okay.
That'd be 8-7 Jam or 9-6 Trident, just for the record, if the maths isn't quite working out for you there.
Copy that, Mike Star.
Thank you, Jordan.
Alrighty, well,
11.
let's have a look at Elfish Guy 11. Yeah.
Elfish Guy Elf.
Rest in peace.
Rips.
Yeah.
Trident now opting, both sensing the pause was just a little bit awkward there and trying to get it together, but I'll continue so you can call a play-by-play when it happens. I was going to say Trident have really backed off on that aggression after it wasn't really paying off for them. One player who is pretty regularly pushed along and could potentially get found out by a team who was reading that scenario and putting a little bit more work into that area could take advantage of, but that is not the case for Jam, although White, I think he got burnt last round and is waiting for it this round slightly more defensively.
Alrighty, looks like Jam heading towards the A-bomb site. There is the 3-man defense from Trident. Did I say Trident heading towards the A-bomb site? Regardless, Jam heading towards the A-bomb site. 3-stack over there from Trident. But they do need to be aware that White, once again, is kind of lurking down towards bedroom. He's just going to start to push it now. And look at the positioning that they've been managing to get on towards the site. But, all of a sudden, a couple of quick kills going over towards Trident. Break and Iceman picking those up. Badge does respond, but a nice wall bang through the box there from Break to drop the bomb carrier. And that's going to be the round for Trident. There's no time left to plant the bomb, and I don't believe that they're going to be able to get 2 kills here. White is going to pick up Break. Oh, he was so close to be able to actually clutching that round out. If he had moved a little bit quicker.
5 seconds left, and all you can do is potentially kill to win the round. You know where Break is, and you know that Hats plays long. Why would you not run out there? Yeah, all right. Potentially a little bit hard to really understand that on the fly. I guess a very experienced player would probably be able to read that scenario there, but not quite working out there for Jam. So, as I predicted, 9-6 is going to be the end of this half, favouring Trident, of course, since they've got 8 on the board already and there's only 1 left. Jam, literally impossible to end this one in that scoreline, and yeah, here we go. Just a shortage on the buy there. Break getting a double auto shot a kill, and now it's just a swarm of players going towards the scouter at the top of mid. But they've picked up 2 now, so Trident are going to probably don't want to get that rush of blood to their head. Don't want to rush out too much.
The good news for Trident, though, is that they have got control of the bomb. So Jam Gaming, like, obviously Trident know exactly where Jam Gaming is going to have to go, and they're going to make use of it there. Yellow is picking up White towards backyard. And now all down to Hats. Not Hats, rather Steve. I've been watching Hats.
Mm-hmm.
Does. And he's going to run into a 2-stack. It's Lonsdale and Yellow. They haven't spotted him out just yet, but I think he might have heard one of them just then.
Yep. He's got 40 seconds left, so he's probably going to have to start making a move towards the bomb site right about now. Otherwise, he's going to play himself out of the round. Good to see. Opting to go to B.
And check on the angle.
For an immediate M4A1S bullet to the skull, courtesy of Lons 1K. 9-6 scoreline. The maths worked out for me. It's fantastic. I felt it.
It was.
So
this is a pretty good CT half there for Jam. For Trident, rather.
And hopefully for Jam it'll be equally, if not slightly better for them going into this second half. So we can see the raid bosses come out, and it's Break who's been given that privilege, and just a single smoke on Hats. And it's really just a default pick play at this point, but with that single smoke there, I think they have something that they want to do. We'll see where Hats wants to lurk around and throw that.
Yeah, putting that raid boss build onto Break is certainly not a bad idea. He's been doing the lion's share of the work for Trident. In this map, at least. We'll see how it works out for him. Needs to be careful he doesn't get binked by Ghost in mid there, though. They are going to opt to actually go up towards short instead of going in towards mid. I guess recognizing that there was the double stack in mid there and deciding to fall back off it. But again, just getting pushed back by a flashbang there. So Trident really in 2 minds at the moment. Do we go mid or do we go A? And now deciding perhaps to go towards the B-bomb site.
Jam are reading this pretty well, running the 2-1-2 setup at this stage. Getting the information early and spotting as White at long, as well as you can see Badge just shoulder peeking there out onto the B to make sure he's not going to get done. But eventually it's meant to be, and it's going to put a lot of pressure here on Ghost. He picks up 1, he's going to get the second. No, doesn't get the second. 1 player in CT now. So Badge getting caught out here. A great split onto B in the end, perfectly timed. And it's going to be a 3 versus 3 retake again. Hats is low though for Trident.
Yeah, they've also lost that Tech 9 now in the hands of Willie KS, so we'll see how this works out for Jam as they try to retake that site. Some pretty good post-plant positions coming out here for Trident. Hats is going to get a lot of damage over to White, indeed closes him out as well there, and this is looking pretty good for Trident. They pick up the 3 kills, close it out there. The pistol round goes in their favour, and that's actually the second pistol round of the map going to Trident as well.
And just peeking before the flash went out there. I can't remember who died first in that. For Jam in that 3.
I don't know.
He peeked out and checked an angle before the flash came through. So he just exposed basically to an angle that could be held one of the T's, and he got burned for it. So MAC-10, shotgun, P90, UMP, it's a regular old, and an AK, it's a regular old variety box.
They bought the, what do they call that when you buy the lollies? Party mix.
Party mix.
They got the party mix of guns.
Yeah. And it's certainly a party of your Break. He loves the auto shotgun.
Not at that range, though.
Well,
almost finally gets hit there.
You say that, but Willie KS missed every single bullet.
Yeah.
Still
I mean, that'll do
100.
it to you, I guess.
Yeah, he only needs to hit 2 at that range. and it's curtains. Badge managing to connect finally, and White finishing the kill off for him. But whilst all that action is going down, it is a sneak out on B. But Ghost has his plans absolutely foiled at the very last moment there. As one of the players turns around for him. The bomb goes down. It's 10-6 in favour of Trident. They're going to pick up their 11th round very shortly, you would think.
Yeah, I would hope so. But stranger things have happened in this game that we call Counter-Strike. But at the moment, looking pretty good for Trident to be able to close things out. White just peeking in window, seeing if he can spot anyone out, but no one from Trident deigning to give him any opportunity in this round. Lonsdale will peek in towards mid and picks up Steve. Iceman takes down White, so a very casual round coming out from Trident, I guess with the exception of Break, who was doing some crazy stuff down mid.
Well, it wasn't that crazy, really. He was still in the default position. Willie KS did the push.
Yeah.
Second eco round now for Jam Gaming. Just a CZ and a P250, I think it is. It's been put in there, or is that just a P2K badge? Can't see, so very limited investment. And Lonsdale just, yeah, taking care of Willie KS at the bottom of the mid there. Break, I mean, this looks like to be a formality as much as the 2 eco rounds were previously, on the previous half of Dust 2, that is. Where they averaged to, I think, only lost 1 player over 2 rounds. It looks like it's probably going to be the same for Trident in this half as well. So the formalities are progressing. Iceman.
Whoa. What happened there? Did he grenade himself?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, Molotov'd himself. He ran into his own Molotov, I believe.
I see.
Yeah, so not his finest moment, melting away.
Get it? Because he's an Iceman.
I was going to say, he's only got 2-4 left after that, so it's potentially, I mean, he got dropped a weapon there. There's a P90 floating around there. Yellow should probably pick up that rather than Mac 10, but
Iceman's got 1,400 in the bank and opted not to buy any armor, so
yeah,
see how that works out for him.
Interesting, that's the least. Perhaps he's trying to keep up with everybody else's economy there. And okay, so Break just got a double kill, including an AWP and something else, because there's no head armor. So
yeah,
it's you can't count on those sorts of things happening. And really trying to just romping around Jam at the moment. They're just using the map. Yeah. Like, this out of nowhere is just turning into a bit of a one-sided affair.
It is. You're absolutely right. I mean, at the moment, Trident just looks like everything's going their way. They're not even really doing much. They're kind of just walking around shooting things, and it's working out for them. Anyway, we see Badge picking up a double kill there, but really not going to be enough in this situation. He'll probably go down here as well to that player in CT. Oh, no, it's Iceman. Oh, the lack of armor buy there almost cost him. The aim punch was very strong, but he managed to close it out just, and there you go, straight away buying up armor this round, as you would expect.
Yep. Not going to get burnt twice.
No.
No? You get it? Excellent. Alright, so Eco again coming out for Jam Gaming, something they're getting pretty familiar with in this battle against Trident, particularly on this half. The 3rd Eco round out of 5. Oh, sorry, 6th round here.
Yeah, once again, that sort of situation with the CT economy coming out again here in the favour of the Ts. Break is going to find 1 there, as well as Hats. Break finding his 2nd. He's been doing some good work with... Actually, that's his 3rd. He's been doing some good work with that auto shotty across the board in this series. It does go down to Steve there, but I'm sure he'll be more than happy with the triple kill that he's already picked up in the round.
Yep, and as expected, not losing another player there as Steve goes down in mid. So Trident really, I mean, if we look at the scoreboard now, that's 10 rounds in a row they've won. And 5 off CT and 5 of the T rounds, so... This momentum that they're on here, it's got to stop now if Jam are going to be able to take this one back, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Double AWP setup on Trident, Break and Lonsdale coming out with those. And just the one, it's Steve, and they're doing the boost into lower dark here, so if Yellow or Hats drop out here without anything much. But good play from Trident there, using the teamwork there to flash off from the top of mid to take away that boost there. They were looking for it, and they got it. And that has ruined Jam's plans yet again.
Yeah, once again, We'll see what Jam can do on the defense. They've got that little bit of a push up on towards short, not going to make too much use of it. And again, Trident really just watching those angles, not really committing anything just yet to either of the bomb sites. They do have a player out on long. That's Iceman, getting a fair amount of information that there's no one on long.
He's just working it. You can see the bomb and actually another player as well. So Hat's just going back towards long. So they're going to launch into some sort of A execute here. And really, I mean, Jam have ignored long for like a minute now. They haven't gone anywhere near it. And there's no presence in mid either, really, other than just the one guy. He was causing a little bit of havoc here, but they're going to get squeezed in here, Jam, and it's going to be all over for them, I feel.
White will be able to pick up Iceman there. Immediately traded, but a trade comes back in the favor of Jam. Willie KS as well, going to find yellow in mid there. So what looked like it could have possibly been quite a good round there for Trident has sort of turned on its head at the moment. Lonsdale does peg one back, though, bringing it back to a 2 versus 2. Is the bomb planted for long? That's the question. Let me have a look. Not quite. It's all right, but not really the best. Anyway, Lonsdale will be doing a pretty good job of defending there, but there you go, the double kill for Jam. Yeah, the bomb plant...
It's long-ish.
It's long-ish. But you could see that the player in long was sort of stuck halfway between long and sight.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He could have been all the way down in pit and potentially had a better chance to clutch that one out. So
yeah,
maybe a little bit of a bomb plant error there for Trident, but still.
Well, I mean, I
think we're clutching at straws a little bit. Yeah, they weren't in a position to really have a safe bomb plant anyway.
Yeah. Perhaps they just wanted to reset Jam's economy again.
Perhaps.
If they win this round, they'll do that successfully.
They decided to go with the 5 rifles set up this round. No AWPs on the board, and I guess that's a fair enough decision as the AWPs didn't necessarily work out that great last round. So, wow. Willie KS spammed through the smoke by like 4 or 5 people. The shooting gallery coming out for Trident, and it works out well for them. They get the first kill of the round. Now the double AWP set up for Jam is going to have to pay dividends as they enter in towards that A-bomb site. It's not working out too well at all for Jam, though. They do get 1 kill, but not going to be enough. Lonsdale will plant the bomb here. It's planted for short this time, and Trident really not going to have any issues now because it looks like Jam has decided to save on that B-bomb site.
Yeah, opting not to try and counter this 15th round. They'll be picked up from Trident when they're a map down. I know it's unlikely, but I feel like you've got to try at least. Not play for the overtime. Especially if Iceman is going to try and come searching for you. And unsuccessfully, as he walks into a badge. Break is now aware, and Trident will circle in and try and make their next round a lot easier for them. Break picking up a lovely kill there on badge, and it's just Ghost who gets taken by yellow as well. 15-7 now. Trident on their verge of picking up their first match victory for CGPL. Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season. And Jam Gaming potentially, whilst they had an excellent fight against Immunity last week, have not stepped up as much as they needed to take care of Trident entirely.
Break opting not to go for the shot as the players crossing in towards the B-bomb site for Jam there, but look at the buy here for Jam. Really not what you'd be wanting when you're facing down a 15-7 scoreline. A few pistols and only 1 rifle there on Steve, so he's going to have to come up with something pretty humongous if they want to stay in this round. And indeed in this map and the series as well.
And you want to extend beyond that, not get too blown away in terms of the season and the group. I know it's only early stages yet, but it's probably going to get harder for them as they go on. Mind you, they played Immunity, so it doesn't get much harder than Immunity.
Not really. But, I mean, I guess it still remains to be seen whether or not Immunity are still top dogs. We've seen them play 1 game. You can't draw too much of a conclusion from that.
True, but from
the expectation is there, of course, but...
Yep, it certainly is. And they didn't have Moe for very long before they went into that match either. So Trident are going to work their way up onto B short. A short are probably getting a little bit ahead of themselves, or ourselves.
Yeah.
I think they are exactly where they think they are.
All right. Well, now Trident, the execute has to be perfect to pick up the win here. Jam going to go and lose their first player and their second and their third. Very good work on the entries there from Trident. There's a quick double kill in response, though. White and Ghost picking up one apiece. Perhaps opening something up in this round if they can pick up another kill, which they do. Ghost takes down Lonsdale. He's on 14 HP, but both the players from Jam have finally recovered a weapon, and this is not going to be too easy for Trident. Having said that, though, Break will pick up a nice kill there onto White. Ghost on 14 HP should be an easy pickup, but he's going to find Break there with a nice quick headshot. Hats knows exactly where he is, though. And in a 1-versus-1 situation, you'd have to favor Hats here. He could use the grenade, but opts not to. The rifle is going to be enough there. Trident close it out 16-7 and 2-0. The scoreline, not what we would have expected at all. Hello, Mike. Is your mic muted?
It could be, yes, potentially. I was having a quick drink before we moved back onto the screen, but it's not potentially as big an upset necessarily as we put it out. I mean, I guess it's probably more Trident playing back up to the level that we expect Trident to play at, and Jam Gaming probably playing about roughly where they really should be in terms of as a team.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that was a pretty interesting sort of a night. Like the way the CT economy really affected both of those teams was something that we haven't necessarily seen to that extent coming out in the CGPL 2016 season just yet. But I dare say we're probably going to be seeing it a little bit more, just judging by the way things have been going. So, yeah, an interesting night.
Yeah, it certainly is. So congratulations to Trident picking it up to zip as 16-12 on the first map. And then, what was that, 16...
16-7 was the second map.
7, yeah. No, I thought it was 7. But anyway, second guessing myself, so... thanks very much for tuning in. Be sure to check out all our sponsors. It's the Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season, brought to you by Mwave, Turtle Beach Netgear, Plantronics, Logitech, and AK Racing. Subscribe to CGPL event, and all the subscribes, the proceeds from that, very generously from Cybergame, are going towards the cast and crew, all the talent team, and help us get to LAN and all those sorts of things as well. So make sure, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe, and then you'll be helping us directly. And you can get a free month of CG Premium as well. So I guess this pretty much wraps it up for us for the night, Jordan. Last thoughts on the matchup, last thoughts about what we're coming up. Actually, we should probably look at what is actually coming up for the rest of this week. So we'll have a quick look at that.
All right, well, you load up the schedule, and I'll give you my last thoughts on the... on the match tonight. I mean, yeah, like you said, Trident obviously played a little bit more to their potential. I still felt like Jam probably could have brought something more to the table there, but I guess it wasn't to be, so that's my thoughts. Have you got the schedule? Tell us what's up.
Yeah, no, it's up on the screen at the moment. Of course, you can't see that from where you are, but
nope.
The Sequential Incept Gaming, it does say it's on Sunday night, but that has been wild-carded by Sequential Gaming. The second one to only get 2 for the season, so I believe that's been moved towards Thursday. So you can expect that later in the week, but tomorrow night you should have Team Immunity versus Corvidae, as well as Legacy, and then on Thursday, Legacy versus Citadel, and Ferox versus Vox Seminole. And then finally, Chiefs Esports Club and XL5 will be played on Friday night this week. So potentially be able to get into that viewing action for you. One last giveaway to mention, thanks to Netgear, our sponsor. They have a Nighthawk X4S router to give away. So what you need to do is watch CGPL event, CGTV_Smite or CGTV_CSGO. For every minute you watch, you earn a point. Subscribers, if you subscribe to CGPL event, you'll get double points for every minute that you watch. At the end of the season, whoever has the most points accrued will go on to, or the top 15 rather, will go into the draw. And randomly out of that, someone will go home with a brand new router thanks to Netgear, valued at $428.
Awesome.
It is. It would be.
It would be good for me, but
alas,
I can't win.
Ineligible.
I am ineligible. Anyway, I think that about wraps us up, doesn't it, Mike?
Yep.
Don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Elfish Guy. Mike is at Mike Sar with a 1 and a 4. And don't forget to also follow and subscribe and all that jazz to the Twitch channels, the Twitter channels, and all that sort of stuff in regards to CGPL and Cybergamer. But that is going to be it from us for tonight. Of course, you can tune in tomorrow night as well. We're going to have more Counter-Strike coming up. But for now, thank you for tuning in.